You're in insurance sales and maybe your manager gave you a bunch of old final expense insurance leads. I'm going to give you some new ways of being able to breathe life into them so that you can take your career to the next level. So 3 tips that hopefully will take you far when you're touching aged final expense leads. So I'm going to give it to you today. And my name's Jason. I'm your friend in the business. I do run a national insurance agency partnering with just some of the most amazing people on this planet, selling life, Medicare, and annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. So, free resources always for you at my website, jasonfinalexpense.com. But thank you for joining with me today. So, let's get after it with old aged leads. When you're touching old aged leads, you've got to have a new mindset if you want to take it to the next level. And so many agents, when they get an aged lead or an old lead, they have a tough time overcoming this mental barrier. If you want to make more, you've got to change your mental mind game before you put that phone up into your ear, before you go door to door and start a knocking. You've got to have a new mindset when you want to have new, powerful, and profitable performance when you're touching aged leads when they've been placed in your hands. So first off, you need a powerful, positive perspective when you're touching an old lead. Old leads can do amazing things for you, but if you have this like poisoned mindset, everything you touch is going to go bad. Like some of the people in your life, maybe that are like, oh, it's so horrible. Oh, nobody ever picks up the phone. Wah, wah, wah. You know what I'm talking about. If you work in an office, guarantee do you not have 1 or 2 people at your office that are like riding the wambulance, and they're not riding the wambulance to wealth. They're riding the wambulance to their own destruction. Oh, everything's horrible. It's a diseased mindset. And if you've got this diseased mindset, you're never gonna make it in the insurance industry selling final expense. It doesn't matter if you're face to face with insurance sales or if you're in the telespace. You've got to get your mind in the right place if you really want to make more in this industry. So tip number 1, you've got to have a new powerful perspective when you're placing the calls, when you're going to the doors. You cannot do things the old way. So when you call a lead, you can't be like, oh, hi, is this Billy? Yeah, I'm getting back to you. You asked about life insurance about 2 to 3 months ago, and your favorite color is maroon. How are you today? You cannot do things this way. It's caustic. It's horrible. Don't do this when you're calling on leads. That's the old way. And you're just going to get beat up if that's how you're starting your calls. How you start your call is so important, but you've got to have a powerful and a positive mindset and perspective. This is a lead. A lead is not a sale. Doesn't matter if it's an old final expense lead or an aged final expense lead. You've got to lead the dance with a smile on your face, with powerful, positive momentum to make more in this industry or the best chance of it. You've got to get your mind right. Every conversation is all about how you're going to help them. You're excited. You're ready to engage with them. And it really does change the conversation that maybe can go great. And then hopefully you'll get a conversion. It's about how you speak. This powerful perspective can breathe new life into old leads. Old leads can be just amazing, but your mind's got to be right. You can't come into this with an Eeyore mindset. Oh, it's going to be horrible today. Oh, everybody's going to beat me up. Oh, these are just garbage leads. Wah. If you have that mindset, you might as well just not work them because it's toilet paper to you. It really is. Those leads are just nothing to you if that's your mindset. If you want to make more, this is a great lead. This is someone that hasn't been helped. I'm going to go help this person. I'm going to help them. This is going to be a good conversation. And then hopefully it'll give you a conversion if you uncover a problem that can be solved through the solutions of your A-rated products. So new and powerful perspective within you will breathe new life just with your mindset. Believe it or not, you'll make more just because of how you view that lead. Tip number 2, your intent. You've got to be intent on action. Just because it's an old final expense lead or an aged final expense lead does not mean that you cannot have amazing results. You've got to focus on that lead like the great conversation that it can become. You've got to lean in like this person's never been called before. This person has never been helped. I'm first in line. I'm going to go help them. You've got to have this way about you in your conversations to get the best chance of conversions. Because for those of you watching, have you ever gotten brand new exclusive leads? And do you get a hold of every person? Put it in the comments if you do. Love to know. I know I sure don't. And I've done this industry a long time. I've done the insurance industry combined with my telesales background. We're talking 2+ decades, 20+ years, and I've never quit. I've done this industry the whole time. Let me share with you, I can't get a hold of every person that fills out a lead form, every person that sends me a request for help. I can't get in touch with them. So if I can't get in touch with a brand new exclusive lead that costs lots of money, think about it this way. These old leads may have never had a conversation, not one. You may be first in line. This is a great way to think. These exclusive leads that cost a lot of money may cost $15, $10, $20 for one lead. And if you can't get a hold of them, it just became an aged lead after 45 days, 90 days. And if you need good aged final expense leads, if you need that resource, I can help you get leads. I'll give you the resource where you can get aged leads at $1.50 a lead, which is phenomenal. And it's only touched one other agent's hands. Reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com if you need that. But you've got to understand that aged leads sometimes have never had one conversation with an insurance agent before. Just because an agent got that lead does not mean that that agent got in touch with them. So this will help you hopefully get fire in you to find it within you to call this person, find that needle in the haystack, find that gold in that pile of dirt. And it takes a lot of action. With an old lead, you got to overcome the barriers of I've got to be dialing a lot to get people on the phone. I've got to be dialing and be deliberate about it. Pretend like I got your leads. You want to be first, right? You want to call them before I do, or the men and women that partner at jasonfinalexpense.com do. Our agents are sharp. They know what to say. They've gone through a 5-day telemastery program. They know how to handle a call. And if you have this mindset of, oh, crud, somebody else has my lead and they're going to call them if I don't get on it, it'll give you more giddy up in your step, more pep in your step if you're mentally tricking yourself to thinking that someone else in another agency has access to your lead flow. Think about it. Your mind will help you make more. If you're tricking your mind, it'll help take you to the next level. You're going to work harder today if you think I've got your leads. You're going to work harder today if you think someone else has access to your leads because you got to get to them first or someone else is going to take your lunch money. This will help launch you. Your intent, I'm going to be first. I'm going to be first to help them. Help. Be the first. But old aged leads are amazing for you because there maybe has never even been one conversation with that prospect. Powerful things to think about. And I hope this helps you. Tip number 3 is you've got to have a good script. Just like for those of you that cook, you've got to have a good recipe if you want consistent results. When you're handling old aged final expense leads, you need to have a good script. You cannot be calling them the old way. Hi, Jason. I was getting back to you about your final expense life insurance request that you made like 4 months ago. Your favorite color is maroon. How are you today? Don't start your script like this. It's bleeding insecurity. And when you're talking about things that are so long ago, you're just going to get hung up on that doesn't click with the consumer. You've got to have this new mindset about you. You've got to have the right recipe if you want the best chance for consistent capitalization and the right results. So you've got to have a good script. You've got to have a good script. It's so important that you don't wing this. You'll get it wrong every time. Have a good script so that you know what to say, you know how to stay sharp, my friends, and you know how to overcome objections and obstacles. Old final expense leads are going to give you the same rebuttals that a brand new exclusive final expense telesales lead would as well. There's no difference. You're going to have obstacles. You've just got to be prepared to overcome it. That's all this boils down to. You can be a beast with old final expense leads. You can be a beast with aged final expense leads. Doesn't matter if you're face-to-face or in the telespace. You've got to take your mind to the next level. Tip number 1 that I shared with you, you've got to have a powerful and positive mindset to make more money. Don't do things the old way and expect new results. It won't happen. You're going to feel, all right, really bad when you're getting beat up. You've got to have a powerful, positive mindset. Be intent on speed of action. Action. Psych yourself out. Make yourself think that someone else has access to your leads and you'll work a little longer today. Promise you. I promise you it will. It'll help you be more powerful, but focus on being the first to help them because you very well may be that first person that's ever gotten a hold of them. And it's powerful. I've had old aged leads that are like 90 days old and I got a hold of them and man, they're acting like it's Christmas morning. They've been waiting for my call. I've had exclusive final expense telesales leads that I have like called on the daily 5 days a week. And I've done it for months, like 2+ months. And then when I finally, by an act of goodness, they get on that phone call, they act like I've ignored them for 2 months. Oh man, I've been waiting for you to call. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This happens with exclusive leads. You can overcome barriers. You can be the beast with old leads, with new leads. They're going to give you the same objections. You're going to have to overcome the same obstacles. This business, my friends, is very simple. Not saying it's easy, but it's very simple. It just takes structure. It takes good scripts, doing the same thing so it's duplicatable, so that you can be dynamic on every call, so that you can be powerful with your perspective. And hopefully this will give you high action to help you overcome and accelerate with old final expense leads or aged final expense leads as well. So anything I can do to serve you, my friends, reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. If this content helps you, feel free to like it, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more content of mine that I'll try to give to you. I try to be very diligent in giving you good content on the daily. So any topics you'd like me to take up for you, please put it in the comments below. I appreciate my friends. Keep being powerful. Today's amazing. Enjoy your weekend. And you know what? Monday for all you warriors, we're going to get right back at it. We'll see you soon. I appreciate you.